All right, basketball aficionados, get ready since the court is getting hot. Although Caitlin Clark is back and ready to rule, there is a twist. NBA stars like LeBron James and Steph Curry have been praising her, so let's just say Diana Taurasi is not happy about it. Taurasi was on the bench during the Olympics, not getting any action in the gold medal match, while Clark was honing her game and recuperating. These two are now poised for a fight that might be the most exciting of the season. This is a game that could be a game changer, not just for Caitlin Clark and Diana Taurasi, but for the Indiana Fever and the entire WNBA. You won't want to miss a single moment of this epic showdown. But before we dive into the matchup, let's rewind and take a closer look at what Caitlin Clark has been up to this season. This newcomer has been just outstanding. Clark was scoring over 17.1 points and dishing out 8.2 assists per game before the Olympic pause. That's outstanding for any player in the league, not only for a rookie. Keep in mind the game versus the New York Liberty. With 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists, Clark hit a triple-double. Against one of the league's top teams, she became the first rookie in WNBA history to post a triple-double. Still, it goes beyond mere numbers. With her remarkable court vision and long-range shooting, Clark has been altering the game. She is making passes most players would not even consider trying. Not least of all, let's consider her low-range accuracy. She is introducing to the women's game Steph Curry-style thrill. Clark's impact goes beyond the court, too. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, even Steph Curry couldn't help but marvel at her skills, saying,
The release time, which is pretty much identical to mine, and then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence.
She has been booking arenas, raising TV ratings, and drawing fresh WNBA attendance. Her has made the Indiana Fever, a poor team from last season, must-see TV, highly interesting. But consider the elephant in the room. Team USA was in Paris, while Caitlin Clark was at home polishing her skills. And indeed, it was a roller coaster. First of all, it drew a lot of questions when one decided to exclude Clark from the Olympics. Many supporters and experts questioned if Team USA was truly presenting Paris with their best. The following development, though, was even more startling. Not playing a single minute in the gold medal game, Diana Taurasi, the player many believe replaced Clark. Indeed, one of the most decorated players in women's basketball history was warming the bench in the most crucial game of the championship, and you can't help but wonder what could have happened if Clark had been there. LeBron James had some high praise for Clark, too, mentioning,
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
This debate has spurred more discussion on USA basketball's direction. Are we still assembling the best team available, or are we still fixated on antiquated ideas of dues and waiting your turn? Leaving Clark off the roster seems more like a costly error than a calculated decision, and today, when Clark and Taurasi are set to square off, we will be able to observe personally whether that choice was justified. But this time, something is different. Caitlin seems to be far more rested. Coach Christy Sides has revealed a surprise that has everyone talking. She claimed Clark performs even better in reality. Allow it sink to settle for a moment. Previously ruling the league, a rookie is now playing even better. For Clark, this hiatus might have been a gift in disguise. After a continuous basketball trip from college to the professionals, she at last had some breathing time. Still, don't imagine for a moment she was relaxing. Here we are talking about Caitlin Clark, a basketball player that breathes. Pictures showing Clark focusing on her fitness and sacrificing hours in the gym have surfaced. She has been closely involved with her Fever colleagues, fostering synergy and creating fresh plays with potential to change the outcome of the next games. Particularly amazing is Clark's perspective during this time. She is tackling her training with contagious mix of determination and delight. Free from competition, this period of intense preparation could be just what Clark needed to improve her game to the next degree. Not less importantly, Clark has something to prove right now. That Olympic turnabout? She is presumably motivated by that. Every shot she makes, every assist she delivers, is petrol for her fire. She's playing to expose the world what Team USA missed, not just for the Fever today. For the Indiana Fever, then, what does all this imply? The Fever placed 7th, 15th, and 11th before the Olympic break. But things are about to become complicated since Clark is returning more robust than ever. The Fever wants to make a statement, not only for a playoff slot. Recall that previous season this squad ended at the bottom of the standings. Now, mostly due to Clark's influence, they are in the middle of the postseason race. But it goes beyond Clark as well. Every member of the squad has been improving using this break. Emphasizing their camaraderie and defensive improvements, Coach Sides brought the club back to practice sooner than other teams. They have been working on areas they battled in the first part of the season, closing out and help defense and communication. Crucially, the game against the Phoenix Mercury is approaching. Along with the season return game, this provides an opportunity for the Fever to acquire ground in the playoff run. This is a possible 6-point swing game since the Mercury sits slightly above the Fever in the standings. And here's when it becomes truly fascinating. The Fever's rest of the season's calendar is ideal. They have a real chance to ascend the playoff ladder by playing numerous games against clubs below them in the standings. Should Clark keep her pre-break form, or maybe surpass it as Coach Sides advises, we could be witnessing one of the most amazing turnarounds in WNBA history. From last place in the standings last year to the playoffs guided by a rookie phenom, that is the kind of narrative that defines sports heroes. People, we're not just talking about one team or guy here. The WNBA's whole terrain is undergoing a seismic change right now, and Caitlin Clark's comeback is essential. The league is clearly buzz-active. Second half of the season Fever game ticket sales are off the scale. We discuss seeing full stadia to see Clark perform in every game. Recall that here is a rookie who has already exceeded the milestone set by venerable Tamika Catchings by breaking the Fever record for most threes in a single game. Still, it goes beyond just on-court presence. WNBA game TV ratings, including Clark, have been soaring. Early season games were among the most watched events in WNBA history. With her comeback against Taurasi and the Mercury, we might be looking at record-breaking figures now. The league is itself noticing this. More nationally watched events with the Fever are under discussion. Social media involvement is just remarkable. Clark is not only a superb athlete, she is turning into a cultural phenomenon and not only excites of fans. Amped for Clark's comeback are players all across the league. Many have mentioned how her approach of play is improving the game overall. She is encouraging her friends to improve, to shoot from farther out, to pass with more audacity. More media coverage, more sponsorships, and greater mainstream interest for the WNBA overall are results of this buzz. Caitlin Clark is guiding us into a new age of women's basketball. Starting with the Clark v. Taurasi matchup, the second half of 2017 WNBA season is looking to be the most thrilling in league history. I know now some of you might be thinking, is not all of this only hype? Can one player truly alter the league this much?